is your intentionality, the alignment and the purity of your soul. Yes, yes. The growth that has been made and exhibited by you is reflective in your vibration emitted from you, which creates a more positive conduit to attract that which we are referring to, allow it to be more of your awareness. It is important to understand this so you do not assume this is being gifted to you, but you can better understand the role you apply to this yourself, is that which is your strive to understand and to be in alignment to what is called the purest, if you will, or the highest interpretation of what the isness, that which is the creator, holds as absolute.
Okay.
You will understand after you have heard this again.
Now, the last time you said that, the last time you said that to me, you turned around to me and said, "My friend, you will find upon listening to the recording that your agenda has been much expanded upon, and you will find great joy in this." When I heard that back, I wet myself with laughter, so I thank you for that gift of laughter.
Indeed.
It was most
very good, very good. Yes, yes.
Go on, sorry.
You do continue. Unto your question, I do believe it was asked of that which is the angelic one, that of that which is called my time upon this planet. My time upon this planet entity is all that which is called eternal. My time, that which is called, is focused through that which is my woman, is accelerating. That which is she and the abilities have increased, and that which is the work has expanded. Due to that which has drawn itself to me, and that I have drawn has stayed pure in their intent and commitment. Thus there are openings, and the curiosity stays aligned to pureness. I am not confined in any manner. Therefore, after that which is understanding, there is a great acceleration occurring, and plateaus are continually being met, if you will, by that which is the private training of my woman with I, and thus I am most pleased.
Good. Good.
Find yourself assured.
When are you coming back? I'm going to hassle you about this until I pinpoint you in Melbourne, my friend. When are you returning to Australia? You said for me to ask you when the summer was upon your land. It is now the summer upon your land.
There is great movement in that which is the world. And there's been great thrust, if you will, with my assistance to push my woman into that which is called global matters, so that that which is my teaching can affect that which is the whole of this world. This is in motion at this time, which is indeed why my woman was asked to go to that which is Brazil to participate in the World Summit. She has most recently returned, and that which is called the teachings that have found their way into the book has now been distributed to ambassadors of the world who have found it.
Beyond common thought?
Indeed. Thus it is finding its way into that which is the dignitaries, the political minds, and that which is called the ecological minds of the whole of this world.
Well done. 100. Yes. Thank you.
You may ask that that which is information be sent to you on this matter, for she was the one selected to write forth a statement to the whole of the world on behalf of that which is her gathering. Now,
really?
Thus, that which is called a returning there is still that which is called of great likeliness, and in which manner is what is being determined. Understand?
How do you mean in which manner? You mean with Jackie, or do you mean on another level?
Most definitely, it shall never occur without her.
Good.
But
Right, no,
what I'm referring to is that which is called in which manner she and I shall choose that she will share that which is the teachings.
Well, if you need assistance with the return, give me a tap on the shoulder and a nudge in the right direction, and I will offer whatever assistance I can give you.
Your assistance, indeed, entity, is well understood and it is aligned in vibration. So
Good.
be it unto you.
Yep, it's done. All right, mate. I'll leave that alone now. What else? I've got more questions. Here's a good one. Here's a real good one. You spoke of creating a lover of choice, yes?
Yes.
Good. How's it done?
Indeed.
I mean, the reason I ask, and I want some insight on this from you, you're familiar with tarot? I would assume you're familiar with tarot.
Indeed.
All right. I'd like a brief understanding on tarot from you. Saint Germain said they're dogma, but I can understand why he said that. It has appeared to me through the cards certain events. It has been said to me through other readers certain events. There is one particular event, which is the forthcoming of a lover, that is appearing in the cards and is appearing everywhere else.
How does it appear in your mind, entity?
Sorry?
And how does this appear in your mind?
What, the lover or the events leading up to him appearing?
The lover. The events are what...
He's wonderful. He really is. I have had occasion to have 3 dreams with the same energy. I have been practicing the experience of addressing myself with another person, not just on my own, to create that energy, if you will, that space, if you will. It seems, however, my standards might be a touch high, but that's fine. That's what I want. I don't want a similar relationship to what I've just gone through. On the same tokens, I'm getting sick and tired of being alone with this issue. I want to bring this forward. I want your assistance in this matter in the best manner I can bring this forward now.
The first thing I will do is to caution you that to not use terminologies that are called sick and tired in relationship ever to your continence, unless it is part of your manifestation desire. Secondly, you are most right to keep your standards high, and your standards shall even increase in its heightness, if you will, because your opinion of yourself is healing, it is growing, it is expanding, and it is elevating. So, you must include that which you would hold to be with you, to exchange energies with you in that which is called intimacies, to be of a quality, of a vibrational nature that is both copacetic and of benefit unto your vibration and what you emit is, and to emit down in vibration is to create that which is a confusion and a bit of what you would call to be stagnating, if you will, of certain growth levels of the soul. Now, therefore, you can see the purposefulness in your process, because it does not just increase the level of your soul awareness, of that which is your spiritual contentment.
Yes.
But soul level and spiritual contentment must also be inclusive of the physical experience of the soul that dwells within your body. Therefore, there must be in harmony all of these together. Thus, it was important that that which is this transformational time, since you have been unto that which is the Londons, and since you have been unto I, has been quite a movement forward. Discernment factor is something that is very pertinent in these times and in recent times for your growth, and I am pleased that you are dedicated in having the highest quality of information in regard to sacred knowledge, universal truth, and alignment to God. Why should you want anything less in your lover? Indeed.
Like Dorothy Law, I had that and I don't want that again.
That is right. Therefore, you are most purposefully correct in staying very aligned in that which is called your desire that you hold for you. Do not overlook the power of prayer in calling forth through the manifestation of the power you share creatively with God is absolute. But it is not to exclude that within the heavens and the vibration of God lies beings of assistance to mankind. Ask. Do not overlook the power of prayer to call forth.
Sorry, mate, this is a contradictory thing because I'm at a loss now because I have been using that. Your validation of prayers being heard in our last conversation was one of the most potent teachings I've had. And it was most great, most wonderful. Thank you.
I would most appreciate if you would speak to the angelic one that is to be transcribed.
Yes, okay.
As well as portions of our dialogue.
No problem, no problem. No secret. No secret. What was I going to say? Yeah, I mean...
You are referring to prayer, and what I have spoken to the word called ask. You are part of that which listens to your prayer, and you, of course, are part of that which engages its answer.
Yes.
Do not be perplexed, but there are many peoples who have taken this in understanding and have exaggerated it to the point where they feel that they are also gods and they are the only one involved, and they make life much more difficult, for they begin to block out all that is there for assistance. Remember, you are still a unified consciousness. That is the point that I am making to you. And you have evolved enough to understand that I can say this to you now without abandoning yourself in the process and turning back to guides. Get it?
Yeah, okay. Yes, okay.
I thought you would appreciate it.
I think they will too. When I get back into my bedroom, I've got a fun...
I have often said that I've come upon the plane and I have done great unteaching. And it was important because the majority of all of you are very caught up in your various angels, your various crystals, your various guides, your teachers, etc. And the very last person, the very last thing in all of your spiritual questing that you sought to know, love, and understand was self. I came to bring you to yourself, for that is where God is manifested through the life and the earth plane, through humanity. And if you know you not self, then the essence of God is blocked.
Well, it's a job well done, I must admit, because last time we spoke you said, I am encouraging you to find the source within yourself. Now, since you said that...
Aha, indeed.
Since you said that, I have had the most amazing visions, and they're of a non-physical nature. They are of, in no uncertain terms, my own light. I have seen it. I know what it looks like. I can't always necessarily see it, but that's fine. I know it's there. It has also come to the awareness that it's been said by Spirit to me that without your presence here and now, you would experience none of this. Therefore, it stands to reason that without you, we technically would not exist. Therefore, with you being present, we come from you, not to you. Which sounds much like it was in line with what you were saying.
Indeed. Indeed.
But I remember you also saying that on our next discussion we could go into previous times together, and I'd like to chase that further. You mentioned last time the Greek and the Roman time. I'd like to follow this up further in any time spent with you, because I've had a few things ring true lately. For example, remember when I fell asleep in Melbourne while you were teaching merrily and I fell asleep at the podium?
Indeed.
Well, I had a flash the other day that this does this, and can you confirm this, have any tie-in with the Greek time that you referred to of me being a young boy listening to the teachings of Socrates?
Yes, but of course.
Felt familiar.
Indeed, it was out of doors, you know. And the out of doors and the balminess was very, indeed, conducive to the lullaby of that which is a child, as they said, within the frequency of that which is termed to be great intelligence expressing itself.
Have we experienced any time together as such?
Unto that which is called And your understanding be it called orchard, I do believe.
Orchard.
And these orchards were that which is called, or the land that you know now is Iran, but it was Persia. And unto Persia and that which is called discipleships, and unto that which is called the teachings, unto orchards, unto that which is the trees, to give shelter from sun. And most of all, because nature be that which is called a great element into my teachings.
Now, how can I recall this? Hang on, I'll reword this. Is there any teaching left in that life that I haven't resolved or have to no? Are there any teachings in that life that will be beneficial for me to own in this life, or have I resolved the issues of that time?
There is one tendency. That is to take yourself back to nature a bit more. Feel your bare foot upon the earth more often than not. And take yourself, sweet man, underneath the stars more. In sleep, in that which is called the direct exposure to the heavens. And let the stars have the way upon your countenance, and the moon, and that which is the elements. For this I did often, in my indeed teachings, and that which is done to I. And it is an element that brings some very important vibrations into your awareness. You do this more, and you could not have anyone else tell you what will occur with your life, your earth, your stars, your heavens. For you will know intuitively, because you sleep upon the earth and underneath the heavens. And therefore you are putting yourself in the flow of such communion.
Yep. There was an occurrence recently. See, I don't hear from you as much as I'd like to, on another level. Take note. But there was an event some other now ago, I don't remember when, of when you came forward and I was shown your form as the prophet, and there was something said to me of this should appease you now we can get on with it, or something to that effect. It wasn't said like that, but it was along the lines of you are now able to see this without throwing power at the image, and I saw you twice in the space of 5 minutes. Can you confirm this or expand on this experience?
Not at this time, but it is all right. What is important is that you are experiencing yourself more, and that opens up much, much more. Do you trust in this, my friend?
Well, if it's a view, mate, I have very little problem with that. Very little problem. Oh, well,
you are a good chap, eh?
Sorry?
You are what is called a good chap.
Of course, so are you, mate.
Indeed. Indeed.
All right, well, we're not going to touch on that subject till the next conversation, I see. What else have I got to talk about? Right, yes. Back to this lover issue. It has been said that it is, and I ask your insight into this as an ability to see the events within my life cycle, it has been said that he is not far away. He's extremely close to my experience by weeks, days, months, in a very close time frame. Spirit has also said to me that we are already aware of who this one is. It is not for you to know yet, but rather believe, much what you said, which they'll like. It has been said that he is very close at hand and that they know who he is. A, are you aware of this entity? And B, is there a time frame that I can at least allow this occurrence? I know I'm being limited in that, but I feel comfortable with being limited in that. I'd like to know.
More likely than not, and you understand the ebb and flow of probability. Therefore, because you understand this, I shall indulge you that which is called this year that is now more likely than not shall bring forth this one that you're referring to. But I will also say, indeed, to keep your standards high, so you bring forth that which is of equal nas, indeed, and its spirituality, and that which is commitment, and that which is called devotion, and enthusiasm for life. You do not need another that is wholly that which you find taxing. That is a good term.
Yes, you better believe that, mate.
Or that you feel always that which is called the overlord. Understood?
Yes.
Be willing to share that place, and you will draw unto you a prince of a man.
Hey. This is being really, really limited, and I don't mind. I enjoy being limited at times. Are you aware of the entity involved?
I am aware of the vibrations. I will tell you of this, but desire you to know.
Okay, good. It's been said he's a metaphysician, for want of a label, and I don't think I'd want to draw anything less to myself at the moment. What I am ultimately looking for is a situation that I can feel even in having a reciprocated love, not one way, or not coming to me or going away from me, but reciprocated. That is even and honest, and that no one is dependent on the other.
Place this upon a papyrus.
Can you help me word this? I've got a problem with wording this.
You do not have a problem with wording this. Say that differently.
All right. Could you assist me with the wording of this? I would seek your assistance with this.
I shall merge with you. You will sense an energy I will send to you.
Okay.
And what I desire for you to do is take your papyrus and your quail, center yourself deeply in your heart, and think not of an entity that will come to you, but think of yourself and what you bring to an entity and what you desire in equality to come to you. Get it? That keeps your power where?
Self.
That's right, indeed.
Alright, inequality.
That's where you will recognize this entity as what you call forth, and you will not acquiesce any power here.
Well, I seem to be doing all the appropriate things to bring this one forward.
Indeed. But I have said more than one occasion in our dialogues this day that there is progress made in your soul, but of course it would reflect itself in your life, entity.
Oh, well, I'm impatient, that much I know.
That is all right, you are impatient, because you are also that which is called tenacious, and you are also that which is called devoted and dedicated. All things of this nature are wondrous.
Can we talk of duality?
You can speak of duality.
Okay. You have mentioned before my role as a teacher, and to speak freely. All right. Now, I have noticed this occurring, and I have even noticed spirit, and I'd like your confirmation on this, coming through me consciously to communicate with others, and using the body, the mouth, the voice, the arms. There is a quandary for me in so much as our social structure dictates how many hours we must work a day in employment, what we must be paid as a recompense, etc., etc. Now, we have all these social dictates that say you will work a 40-hour week, you will do this and this and this, which I don't, in essence, want to do. My higher light is aligned with coming to an understanding of my Christ in an eventuality of it occurring. And I wish to work, in, there's a colour in the room. I wish to work with bringing that about in my life and others. It would stand to reason, therefore, that to utilise the tools I have, the tarot, the runes, the clairvoyance, the clairaudience, the hearing of spirit, whatever you want to label it, and work in that endeavour, to be able to cover my expenses, not to experience grand wealth, cover my expenses, and be able to develop further. Every time I make an endeavour to move forward into working with spirit, I get pulled back, I allow myself to be pulled back into the social dictate. I have been told there is a reason for good for this. This is the 4th time I've been held back, and I want to know where I would best spend my spiritual energies with self so that I can actually develop that lifestyle above and beyond my 9-to-5 lifestyle?
The reason that it has been held back and so forth is to teach you how to that which is called combine it all and not segregate what is called 9 to 5 from other parts of your life. Begin by not thinking that it is either or, and begin by allowing your services to be indeed sought and exchanged for now as a supplement to all that you do on a greater level. Do you understand?
To a point. I'll have to hit the tape. To a point.
And as that which is called time flow, that which is called the reputation of yourself, that which is called your abilities will increase, and as both accelerate, you will be able to phase out that which is called the commonness of that which is called employment.
So my feeling on this matter is, and don't get me wrong, I'm not asking for you to say yes or no. My feeling on this not being my vocation, working 9 to 5, but rather working metaphysically, is correct then?
Absolutely.
Yeah, I thought so.
Absolutely, but you must begin it now and begin to integrate, begin to receive yourself that which is those who need of assistance. Allow yourself to have exchange of that which is called rubles, if you so desire. If another is in need, give your service always to that which needs, always. And that which can exchange energy, allow exchange of energy. Serve God.
Yes, yes.
Then,
yes. In all things.
Indeed. And begin now, entity, and begin it now. And be pure in your intent. Always endeavor that you be open and pure for the highest and greatest good of all. And in time, that which is called your services will gain favor, and you will find it much easier to begin to phase out the other.
Yep. Now, I don't know what you get up to when you leave the body. I've got a sneaking suspicion I do. But I am doing a healing workshop today. Are you familiar with the healing modality called Reiki?
Indeed.
All right. Spirit has seen fit to put me... what's what he's saying? I have seen fit to allow Spirit to assist me being directed
much
to...
better. The power's in yourself.
Thank you. Because of that, I'm doing this healing workshop this weekend. Now, I would seek assistance from Spirit on this matter to bring it forth to its highest possibility within self, which will ultimately be the healing of self as well. Totally. I will accept nothing less. I'm sick of being the...
Repeat this again.
With this healing work, with this workshop, the main thing I want to come of it for self is my healing completely. I will accept nothing less because I've had the less. Alright. I would seek your assistance and preferably, if possible, your presence with me through this workshop, or the presence of Spirit, should I say. I won't be selective here. So that I know that this work will reach its highest potential. What can you tell me? What's the language? What can you tell me of where I could best place my energies working metaphysically, either with the tarot or the guidance or the healing? Where are my energies best spent, and how are my energies best spent in regard to healing and metaphysics, in line with my highest good?
That which is called spiritual counseling.
Mm-hmm.
And when you do, you are to be extremely basic, very simple. Answer what is asked thoroughly, but do not engage and inspire in taking people into that which is called information they have not asked.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
The tarots, as you understand them to be, are quite secondary to that which is the modality of pure and very sweet counsel.
Mm-hmm.
However mode you choose to use, be it the tarot, so be it. you will ultimately abandon them.
Yeah, I know that. They're a catalyst. I know that.
Now, in that which is called healing, the time is coming where that which is called healers do not do any one thing but encompass all things. This that is called the training that is occurring here this coming weekend with my woman and the world's greatest of healers is very supreme. Or I would not indeed, having participated in that which is called the alignment to have this come forth. There is quality that is very beauteous and very purposeful. And should it be available to have that which is called magnetic recordings of this, avail yourself of it.
I'll do that.
The profoundness of what will be taught by my woman and this healer is of the highest quality upon the it is known as God.
I should stop asking you how you are. I always know you say the same thing.
Indeed. And be it unto your life and your existence, eh?
Beg your pardon, sorry?
Speak to me of your great adventure here in your human form, indeed.
Oh, sometimes we don't see them as so great, but, no, they're fine, they're fine.
Speak to me of the matters of the heart.
I talk to you of a teaching that's hit this planet first, which seems to be based on fear. Jackie's mentioned this to you as well. Let me get an understanding from you, though. You have an awareness of any event at any time, correct?
Of course.
All right. There is a phenomenon that's meant to occur with this planet in the next 12 months, which is being referred to as the null zone. This is apparently a photon cloud of the Pleiadians that the Earth or the Sun will be entering in the next 12 months. This has been akin that when it occurs, there will be 5 days of darkness and 5 days of light, that it will affect every electromagnetic frequency on the planet, and it just seems to have a base in fear. I'm not too sure on it. A lot of channels have commented on it, and I'd like some clarity from a friend on it a little bit further. I'm wondering what you can tell me.
There has been a great bit of information that has been elaborated from what you would term accurately very fear-based on this. It is not as it has been spoken in your reiteration to me. It is not so exact, and it certainly is not that which is called negativity. It is wholly distorted, and there is great exaggeration unto this.
Mm-hmm.
What would you like me to say unto you of specific? That this particular event that has been noted is not that which is called absolute. In fact, that which is called a certain dissipation towards this energy is in the flow, and is likeliness lesser than greater.
Right.
You understand this?
Yes, yes.
Now, what be it your understanding on why indeed this was told to be an occurrence that was to come? How understand you your interpretation?
This goes back to what another one of our friends has said, Saint Germain, is that this planet is coming to the end of a cycle, as it were. And this is where it gets a bit cosmic, but apparently we are completing a cycle around the grand central sun, which I'd like your comment on that topic as well. And at the end of this cycle, that this is the shift from the Aquarian, from the Piscean to the Aquarian era for this planet, the coming days of superconsciousness. This is meant to be a prelude or an indicator therein. It has been said that when the photon belt, if the sun enters the photon belt first, there will be 5 days of brilliant light followed by 5 days of total darkness. If it occurs in the other way, with the Earth entering the photon belt first, there will be 5 days of complete darkness, and then followed by 5 days of light.
It has been that which is called hundreds of years and thousands of years of semi-darkness, metaphorically, on the planet that is your Earth. That which is light has been coming forward through that which is called certain evolved soul's incarnation to engage the awareness, to lift and elevate the light for humanity. That which is called the vibration of light has been increasing upon the plane, not decreasing. That which is called the vibration effect within consciousness and its surrounding ethers, be it your atmosphere, is experiencing more of that which is emitted through the vibration of higher frequency awareness light. Therefore, that which is the Earth, if it was ever to go in greater darkness, it is to say to you, it is emerging from a darkness. That is more accurate. And it is merging towards the light, though it has been and created of light. Its attunement to and its awareness gives the impression that it moves to light. It moves to light through awareness. Thus the light becomes known, and thus the light becomes facilitated. Thus the light becomes that which is more absolute in the mind of man, of the consciousness of the individual and the collective upon the planet Earth, and that which is the vibration of the planet, its atmosphere, of which you all reside in and of, shall be elevated. In its elevation, more light will be seen and experienced, not just of your sun entity, but of that which is called yourselves as well, in the emitting far more of the vibration of which you hold. Your ability to facilitate greater consciousness allows you to facilitate greater light. Therefore, there is more light. It is both visual, but it is also metaphoric. It is in reference to that which is creator, that which is called isness and the source of all existence, both here, all planets, all suns, moon, nebulas, galaxies, so forth.
So as an event,
indeed,
as a phenomenon, can you confirm the event? Can you give
No, this event is not confirmable, not by anyone, because it is not absolute, and that which I am, indeed.
So it is a possibility.
It is a probability that is more lesser than greater.
Right. Now, this is funny. I'm going to call on you on something here. There is a group of people that meet in Melbourne on a Tuesday night. Now, there are various entities that come forward.
I am not among them.
Pardon?
I am not among them.
Oh, I know this, mate. I know this.
Continue.
If you were, my friend, I'd be there daily. There are entities that come forward, one of them being an entity called Love and Light, who is meant to be a disincarnate energy, one of them called Light Force, and they have, there has been this teaching come forward within this metaphysical circle. One of the gentlemen you know, his name's John Stone, he knows of you and quotes you daily. What I'm curious about, it seems to me that there are teachings upon this planet at the moment that are based on fear, which is just not on for me. For example, we've had the harmonic convergence in 1988. We've had the 11/11 opening, which I asked you about. We now have another phenomenon known as the time shift, meant to be occurring on the 26th and 27th of July. And now this latest whiz-bang effort is this photon belt in the Pleiadians. Now, when it all comes down to it, it's all part and parcel of the same thing. Why, pray tell, are these teachings being distorted? And why is it that there are different, like you have said that this event cannot be, that it is not absolute. Other other energies have said it is absolute, it must occur. Why for the difference?
What for the difference? Indeed. What for the difference is that which is called information. At times is to manipulate certain emotional response, to be given to that which is called I must be gracious here, but it is to create that which is called the focus upon that which is to be said. Now, there is what is called a pretendency between people of your world. That is likened, that is called an inclination towards some of them to resonate to that which is called turmoil, that which is called fear-based information. Why be this? It is so because then they feel that they are what is called exclusive, privileged, if you will, and that for them to know of this, somehow they are indeed favored, because the wisdom to know of this seemingly would be that which would divert them from having chaos if they are pre-prepared. Thus they can feel the chosen, they can feel that which is called blessed. Now, entity, you are all blessed, you are all chosen, and you are all equal in the mind of the God of all creation and its highest understanding. That which would give information to select people and eliminate it from the whole of humanity already, it reveals himself as a limited teacher. Whenever you look to that which is a teacher, look to that which indeed the teacher flows from and through. Look to that which sits to listen to this one. It will help you to find that which it is the vortex that supports this entity. This may be very wondrous. You may find that there is a very pure individual. You may find a teaching very pure, and you can also judge that which is the surrounding of it, that which supports it, that which feeds it, that which indeed is drawn to it is an energy that creates a vortex that is ultimately reflecting and engaging with that which is the vibration that is to teach. If it is not of the most sublime nature, if it is not of the most divine and loving of all that is of life, then indeed it implies what is called selectism, and that is a limitation.
Yep, I agree totally with that, mate.
So in your future, as you are discerning and scrutinizing, look to see that which is surrounding and who sits with you as other humans, and look to see that which is the personality, the character, and the predisposed belief. And if it is indeed affecting and drawing to them a teaching that validates back what is a limitation, this is not to say that there is not goodness and an endeavor for pure information and other outlets upon this planet, for there are. Yes. It is far and in between due to that which is called the zealousness of many to have sublime information without discernment.
Are you alluding to what I think you're alluding to there?
I am alluding not to that which is around I, but that which exists out.
Yeah, no, the reason I ask is because since the decrease of channeling on this planet, alright, and it seems to have taken a different shift, I think we've had our day of being spoilt, and I'll be as blunt as I can here. Since Ramsa and Marfu and Jermaine and you came along into most of our lives in Australia anyhow, we've had it pretty easy. We've had it given to us, we've taken it from you, but a lot of us still haven't applied it to us, with us, for us. And now that that has been seemingly removed, although it's never removed, since it's been the physical representation has been taken, it has become a lot more challenging for people to remain in the self-same light that was brought forward by the I Am Presence through the phenomenon of channeling. And consequently, people are racing around saying, is this, is this, is this? It becomes very hard to validate something for self. I mean, I can come to you and say, listen, this is what I think, and you can turn around and say this and this and this, and I can draw from that what I need. And I have an advantage, I believe, still having a communication with you in this manner. Other people don't have the inclination for the personal sessions that we have. But I'll change tact here a little bit. I was listening to your video that you made for Australia. Do you recall this video?
But of course.
I remember you referring to the coming days of the Christ.
Indeed.
In this video. Now, you said something that I think Ramtha also said, that this is the coming of Christ within man, but that you were also well aware of this Christ that is coming on this planet.
But of course.
Now, this is to suggest to me that yes, there is a shift within the mass consciousness to an evolution. It would also suggest to me that there is a forerunner to this as an incarnate Christ who will be the second coming. Can you confirm or talk further on this?
But indeed, that which is called the whole of humanity are part of that which is the prophecy in and of itself. The prophecy is not a singular entity, wholly unto itself, but it is included of it. Him, if you will. Now, the second coming being that which is called the revelation within the soul and the awareness in the mind of individual to bring forth that which is latent within every and all beings, be it that which is a vibration, that is a frequency of a high caliber, that reveals itself through illumination of one indeed, oneness unto its creator, be it God. It is a Christed consciousness. This Christed consciousness being called Christed because it is ordained, be it that it is crowned, it is a metaphor for that which is the crown of that which is your chakra, if you will, be it the metaphor for the heighteningness, be it that which is called apex of awareness, crown, apex of awareness, in that which is that which is life is a place of the continuum to further the creating of God, be it your creator of all life force, and it is not that which is called to be a place of suffering. The suffering, the duality that is here, is out of the ignorance that is called the sleep and the forgetfulness of those that are of the divine spirit who journeyed into the human form and forgot that which is the connection to their creator. Understand?
Yes.
Now, no. Be it unto this, when one realigns unto this, they resonate a vibration. Thus you accept it intellectually. Then it begins to work its way through in vibration. You begin to master your conduct, reevaluate your thinking, your approach to each other, to that which is the earth, to that which is indeed nature, to that which is animal kingdom, mineral, and therein you have realigned yourself in all human faculties to that which in all human actions and attitudes and thinking, to that which is a Christed nature. Thus you have elevated the human experience into the Christ experience, and the human experience becomes a spiritual experience, a divine experience, a continuum of the heavens, if you will. Thus, the second coming includes all of this, and it is self-fulfilling collectively, individually, indeed. Now, of that which is called the Christ, as you have all known, of that which is called Jesus of the Christ. Unto this there shall be a manifestation into the heavens that will be most beauteous. But I say unto you, for those who have not recognized the Christ within themselves, there shall be that which is a perplexing as they look upon this Christ. Though they shall also all be privileged, indeed to see there will be some who will still worship separately. Though the majority will celebrate the arrival of that which is called the brethren, the great teacher, one who has exemplified the way, But will it be Jesus in that which is called Iran? Will it be Jesus in that which is called the Orient?
Will it be Maitreya?
It shall be that which is called the Christ beingness, as it is held, manifesting in its various cultures and interpretation, though indeed I will not deny unto you that the Christ known as Jesus shall be that which is predominant to be observed. However, only when that which is called the majority, which is well on the way into a higher state of awareness, will recognize Jesus, and there would not be the resultedness among them individually, that there is a greater lesser among them if they are not indeed physically and visually similar.
Mm-hmm.
Do you understand?
So in other words, people are going to draw to them the Christ that they believe.
Indeed. For otherwise there would be those who would feel superior if they feel they are more likened to him in that which is the physical, and that which is of a different color must not be. And then there are those who say, you see, I was right, and another says, no, I was right, and the warring factor recurs. This will not be so. When there is a second coming and there is a vision for the many, and there are the individuals who have had the vision of this already, but for the vision of the individuals to be manifested for the vision of the world must be prepared. Thus the individual visionaries strive to bring this awareness so that the collective can support such a massive manifestation.
Is this to say, so this is to say that it will be more than a singular level manifestation? There will be many manifestations of I've got to word this properly, of this Christ essence in various countries that people will identify with. So it's not going to be one, in the first days, it's not going to be one Christ appearing on one mountain saying, hi guys, I'm it. It's going to be a manifestation on the whole of the whole planet for the people to draw to themselves and learn from that.
That is not wholly so. No.
How will it work?
It will not be a multi-manifestation. It shall be a manifestation to fill the heavens. They will be golden. There will be that which is called celestial music. There will be rays. That will in of itself unite that which is the remainder in need of being united.
So
it will
on a physical sight level?
Yes, indeed. There will be a physical sight level.
That sounds like fun.
My woman has seen it in a vision that occurred, that which is called a fourth night after I had come unto her awareness.
Would you be so gracious as to teach me how to garner that vision?
And that which is called the time before entering into your slumber. Place yourself in the most surrendering and the most humbling of emotional modes within your being, your continent. And into this hold completely in the engulfing of your whole self with the love of God, of humanity, and surrender through your heart and your beingness to that which is your Creator. And with great love commune to this Creator. Your absolute desire and need to experience, to have that which is called an insight, an observation, a vision, a dream, whatever is most befitting to your soul, that will render you closer to God and to the meaning and the understanding of all that is to be in the nowness and the future of the whole of humanity.
Mm-hmm.
Do this most innocently like a child when you commune in such a manner. It will elevate you and it will render you more intimate with God. And you will know many things from this.
Okay. Okay, and I trust I can call on support for this.
But of course.
Good.
I do not share what I am not pre-aligned to already entity.
That's fair enough, mate. That's fair enough. Jermaine said that there was a time frame to this occurring by about 2020. I know it's a bit awkward to pin you down to a time, but do you have an understanding of a time frame for this occurrence to be fully activated?
It will not be later than this time. More likely it will be sooner by a decade.
So it'll be 2010.
It will either be 20, pre, or it would be within the decade following. It is moving quite swiftly.
So I'll see it in this life.
Entity, you shall see it in this life, but of course.
Good. That's all I came here for, I think.
You stay aligned to that purpose. It will keep you onto this course, but of course.
Okay, it's one of those things that becomes really frustrating. I mean, I've become aware that spirit is, and I mean this lovingly to all of them, but spirit can be somewhat manipulative in its endeavours to provoke a higher light, which frustrates me no end, because you guys seem to have, I'll word this carefully, but you guys seem to have an advantage in so much as you're aware of a bigger picture than we see, because we exist in time. Speaking of time, I want to mention something.
We are aware of what we can understand, and thus it is so for all life.
Well, in so much as you're aware of my openness to hear, like you and the others. It's been said that, for example, there are certain events that I'm calling forward through the power of thought, etc., that are, for me, seemingly not there yet, but have been seen for what they are as a coming event, and as such that I'm not to concern myself with them. I'm to be still and patient about that and just know that it's going to occur. Now, you mentioned to me recently about the not putting any names to it. Do you recall this? About the guidance that came forward?
There is that which is called difficulties here. Repeat this, that is the latter part.
You mentioned to me recently in regards to receiving the guidance that not to place any names or anything to it.
Indeed.
Further to that, I'd like a little bit more elaboration on the experience and how to draw it forward a little bit clearer.
That which I have spoken to you in regard to the communion that I have just reiterated to you?
Yes.
That is the way.
So, the reason I ask, and I'll give you the examples here, there is there's several energies that come forward, and whenever I hassle them for a name, and they sit there and they give me this runaround that says, my son, it is not important. I wish no emphasis to be placed on what I have been, but more what I am now to you, with you. So we will use this name, and they just pluck a name from the air. Now, I've got no idea who they are in reality. There seems to be a lot of them around me. The colours, I remember mentioning the blue to you.
Indeed.
It seems to me that this has become a lot more prevalent around me, to the point that we spoke of shadows of forming a shape and of light appearing as the indication of spirit. It has now become full blue, 6 foot tall, 3 foot wide, and there's lots of them. And I want to enhance that sight and the communication with that blue ray. Because I've been told to focus on the blue ray. I'd like further insight into that, if I could, please.
Indeed. Do you remember how far back you've been aware of a blue ray? Take your time.
Yeah, I do. Consciously, this is, I think, of it about 4 or 5 years, but I've got a sneaky suspicion it might be longer.
Your feeling that comes into your consciousness, it's your awareness of the blue ray. Speak it now.
It's sort of like hello. It's an acknowledgement. It's an acknowledgement for starters. When it first started, it was just blue flashes. Now it's become full form, and it's an acknowledgement of what I consider a celestial understanding. I consider it a highlight because with the blues come the golds and the silvers. I consider it a higher light than usual, than I am used to experiencing on that level visually. So consequently, I would say that it is something of a higher light, that it is aligned to my higher light. Further to that, I don't know. Suffice to say, I'd like to know who they are, or what they want, or the communication they're in, and what we're meant to be doing together. But at the moment, it's not quite there.
I will assure you that it will be more than quite there, but it is for you to lift an expectation of what quite there is supposed to be like. Your exposure then to I and that which is called others of higher realm is good preparation, for it allows you to have faith in what you do not see, but rather know. And through the knowing of it, develop your abilities to commune. Thus, this will transfer over into that which is the blue ray that you referred to. It is most wise and important that it appears as such, as your given personality is developing quite nicely.
Thank you.
There is less of that which is called an inclination to you to acquiesce powers to individual entity, and you are developing discernment. As the discernment grows and a deeper trust and faith in what you know establishes itself, then more of that which is the blue, as you understand, can begin to step forward as more of an individualistic expression of light. Understood? Be it unto you guides, it is a terminology that could be applicable here.
Yes, and I know that. And this is the funny thing.
Is your intentionality, the alignment and the purity of yours